Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and in this video I'll be looking at the new Logitech MX Keys Mini compact wireless Bluetooth keyboard. So keep watching for my review. So I was perfectly happy with the Apple Magic Keyboard for the Mac, but when I built a new Windows-based PC machine, I didn't enjoy having to switch between two separate keyboards to control both computers at the same time. Back in February 2020, I reviewed this Logitech MX Keys full-size keyboard, and since then I never felt I needed to use the Apple Magic Keyboard ever again. It was soon put in the drawer, and the MX Keys keyboard became my go-to keyboard for both my MacBook Pro and my Windows PC. Over the last 19 months, the MX Keys has been a perfect solution for working with up to 3 separate computers or tablets. Its build quality, feel, and battery life has been reliable over this period, but one thing I wished for was that it was smaller, just like the size of an Apple Magic Keyboard. Well, Logitech has now released exactly this, the MX Keys Mini, which features the same great keyboard but in a much smaller mini form factor. So is this keyboard perfection? Let's find out. It comes in 3 colors, white and silver, there's pink, and this space gray graphite color. There are also 2 models of the MX Keys Mini. The first is dedicated to the Apple, Mac and iOS ecosystem, and this disappointingly comes in just the white and silver color. The second model is this one that I'm reviewing in this video, which is an all-round hybrid model for all platform systems, from Bluetooth-enabled Macs to PCs, tablets and mobiles. The keyboard labels are slightly different to the Mac-centric model. The function and control keys have been swapped over, and the delete key has been swapped for a sleep button on the Mac model. But otherwise, everything else, including the smart default keys at the top, are pretty much the same. In the fully recyclable box, you get the MX Keys Mini keyboard. There is a short USB-C to USB-C cable, and there's a bunch of paperwork including warranties, some promotional material, and how to dispose of the rechargeable battery at the end of this keyboard's life. Written on the inside of the box, there is a visual guide on how to get this keyboard set up. On most Bluetooth-enabled devices, it is as simple as switching on the already charged MX Keys Mini keyboard, then going into your Bluetooth discovery settings and selecting the keyboard from the discovered devices. Once paired, you can just start using the keyboard wirelessly and with the same level of quality and comfort as the full-size MX Keys keyboard. For further customization, you will need to install the Logi Options software onto your desktop. With this software, you can check for firmware updates, customize the function keys that run along the top of the keyboard, change some low-level settings, and set up hotkeys for use in certain applications. The keyboard measures just a little bit bigger than the Apple Magic Keyboard on all sides, but more so in its overall height. If you like a little more tilt on your keyboard, the MX Keys Mini might just be for you, as it rises just a little higher than Apple's own wireless keyboard, almost double in height. It's a lot heavier than the Apple Magic Keyboard, but I do prefer that, as it makes it harder for the keyboard to move or be nudged around your desktop surface. The extra weight mostly is due to the materials, which is a mix of aluminium and plastic, and the big battery at the back takes up the width of the rear rising bar of the keyboard. This battery helps power the keyboard for up to 10 days with the backlit keys enabled, or for 20 weeks with the backlit keys turned off. Logitech has built-in hand proximity sensors that detect your hand is near to the keyboard and thus illuminate the keys. And there is also an ambient sensor that will adjust the backlit keys to the lighting in your room. And all of this helps save battery life of the keyboard. Charging the MX Keys is done with a supplied USB-C cable or any other USB-C cable connected to the back of the keyboard. The LED on the top of the keyboard keeps you informed when the battery is running low and that the keyboard requires charging, along with its charging status when the keyboard has been fully charged. Sadly, there isn't a fast way on the keyboard to check on its current battery level. You have to resort to checking the battery icon in the Logi Options app for this instead. Just like the full-size MX keyboard, the key sits slightly higher than the Apple Magic Keyboard, so they have a slightly more travel to them. I personally don't mind this, but I know some people prefer less key travel. The keys on the MX Keys uses the more traditional scissor mechanism, and as a result, the keys to press firmly and give a good level of cushioning and return. To press or mispress any key on the sides of the edges still depresses the key firmly, making for fewer mistakes or mistyped characters when touch typing or fast typing. Being a hybrid keyboard, the keys themselves have a mix of Mac and PC characters and functions labeled on them. This may make them look a little bit cluttered, but when you create a keyboard that can juggle between different operating systems, you just have to accept this. Again, any seasoned typist isn't looking at the keys on the keyboard most of the time. The top smart keys on the MX Keys Mini is a little different to the full-size version in that a few key smart keys have been replaced with a few new additions. The top 3 left smart keys from the full keyboard carry the ability to easily switch between the system, be it another Mac, PC, tablet or mobile. Holding down the keys will initiate the Bluetooth pairing function, whilst a simple tap will switch over to them instead. But with the first 3 keys already being used to swap systems, we do lose out on many other smart key functions from its bigger brother. The first keys to go are the 2 display brightness buttons, which isn't a problem if your connected monitor display doesn't offer this functionality. Mission control, Launchpad and Show Desktop have also been removed on the Mini, and in their place, Logitech has decided to replace them with dictation, emoji keyboard, cut and paste, and also mute microphone functions instead. Personally, I'm not happy about some of these function choices, but for people that specifically use these functions, I'm pretty sure you might be jumping for joy right now. But for me, because of these now redundant functions, the Mini keyboard also loses its previous next and audio buttons as well, and only a sultry play and pause button remains instead, which for me is a terrible omission if you listen and navigate music apps a lot like I do. But as I said earlier, it isn't the end of the world because you can swap the functionality of these function keys, and that is exactly what I've done to get my audio keys back. So is this keyboard perfection? Well, there is a lot to like from the Logitech MX Keys Mini keyboard. It does everything the full-size keyboard does, but achieves this in a much nicer, smaller, compact footprint and with the same level of battery performance as its bigger brother. It does come with a few compromises, such as losses of the numeric keypad for easier number entry, and as you have heard, I'm not already a big fan of the revised smart function keys. However, with the Logi Options software, I'm able to remap the ones I know I will not use. My final concern is the price. The Mini costs the same as the full-size keyboard at $99 or £99 from Amazon. You can check out my links below to learn more and to buy yourself one. This is a little bit more than Apple's own compact wireless keyboard, so the price is a little confusing. Personally, I think the sweet spot for this Mini keyboard should have been slightly less at around $75 or £75, or just increase the price of the full-size version. Either way, you have to think about all the extra functionality that this MX Keys offers you over Apple's own. The price of this keyboard may be a little bit high for some, but its features and quality is certainly justified. If you're looking for a solid keyboard to juggle between different systems, or even an alternative replacement to Apple's Magic Keyboard, then I would certainly recommend that you give this Logitech Keys Mini your consideration. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you found some value in this video. If you have, please tap that like button down below and let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the MX Keys Mini from Logitech. You can check out all my other tech reviews up in this playlist here. Hit the subscribe button down below to catch all my future content, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.